What's the haps? I'm John, aka Meroka, and welcome to Spiel. We are in the Silver Rook Gate this week, which is jellies. I don't feel like we've done any jellies for a while, so I want to do some jellies. Okay, so I'm going to kick things off with Spire of Night's news. I guess there is a little bit this week. Nothing. It's kind of not directly related to the game, but it is the Steam sales. In case you were aware of were not aware of the Steam sales, they are happening. That is a thing. And that does mean Spiral Knight stuff goes on sale along with everything else. There is the Guardian's Armor Pack as well as Operation Crimson Hammer. If you have not picked up those yet, they are now available on the cheap. It is not the cheapest that the Guardian's Armor Pack has ever been, but at the same time, it also hasn't been 75% off for, like, actually genuinely years now. When I picked up the Guardian's Armor Pack, I picked it up in like a winter sale that was like 75% off, and that's a really, really good deal for what you get in that. It has not been 75% off in a very long time. I don't think it's ever likely to be 75% off again, judging by sale history and patterns and things. So, Guardian's Armor Pack and Operation Crimson Hammer, I believe, are both 50% off. Operation Crimson Hammer might be more, I'm not sure. I should probably double check that one before I start recording. But yeah. If you wish to have the Guardian's Armor Pack, there's a pretty good deal just for the stuff you get in it, not just from the costumes. There's a bunch of other cool things in there as well. Not least of which energy, I do believe, which I think is a great deal of the incentive behind picking up something like that. So if you're looking at doing the real money transaction thing, that's not a bad way to get some good bang for your buck. It's a pretty decent way to get some good bang for your buck, actually. I'm just going to check. I want to check the supply depot. I don't know if it will mention it. No, it's still got Operation Doom on. That's about it. Is there something in the news? No, that's events. There's a news, isn't there? We have a news thing. Where's the news thing? Tell me it's on here. Come on. Offer ends soon. Gold logbox. Delve too deep. No. Okay. Nope. There's actually no promotion in-game for that thing, so you kind of just have to know that it's there. And now that you know that it's there, because I told you that it is there, so go check it out. You can go do that. So, yep, those are excellent opportunities. So take them. Alright, let's do some questions. That's what we do around here. Let us move on and answer some questions. I asked you for some last week, and you have provided. I have a whole list of things to talk about this week, so we're going to work through them. I will note, whether it's relevant to anything or not, I don't know. I'm recording this a little earlier than I normally would. Normally I would kind of record this pretty much on the Wednesday. If there was any news or changes or things, I'm kind of going to be a bit behind the times this week, because I am going to be away for a couple days this week, so I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff recorded way earlier in the week than I typically would, so I'm getting this recorded on the Monday, which never happens. I never record that early. I missed a switch. There's a switch under that box up there, isn't there? You can see it hiding there in the glowy explosiveness. Oh, and I can just go around this way. Brilliant. Convenience. Sheer convenience. So yeah, let's do some questions. I talked a little bit about Halo last week, and Halo rears its head again. Kanothis says, do you think Microsoft has a bit of favoritism when it comes to Halo? For example, they promoted the Xbox with Halo, they created a Siri clone named Cortana, they're now working on a new browser called Spartan with the implementation of Cortana. If that doesn't say it, then I don't know what does, but who cares what I think? What are your thoughts? I would say, well, duh. It's the thing that shifts consoles. People straight up buy Xboxes for Halo. It's the reason we're not remotely likely to see Halo on PC. I mean, yes, I know there is Halo Online, but that's for Russia only, and that's an entirely different ballgame. That purely exists because the Russians straight up won't buy Xbones. The Xbone is not something that works well in a Russian market, so they've gone down there. Hey, let's make a free-to-play online game route for that one instead. And anybody else in any other country, nope, you don't get to play it. If you want the Halo experience, you're expected to buy a console. I am not going to buy a console just to play your bloody game. Microsoft, no, not happening. Not a chance. But yeah, that's why it's an exclusive. It is the thing that sells Xboxes. That's why they like Halo. They like Halo because people like Halo, and people will buy products based off the fact that Halo is on it. Yeah, they do really like Halo. This is not a shock or a surprise to anybody. If you were in charge of making marketing decisions at Microsoft, I would expect you to make very similar ones, or you probably would not be in a job for much longer. It is the logical course of action from a marketing standpoint. I don't like it, but it is the logical course of action. I can totally see why they do it. I would just really, really like them to put Halo Online in a Western territory, because there's a lot of people who really don't want to have to buy an Xbone just to play Halo. Also, I mean, I got into this a little bit last week. I have no particular expectations that Halo 5 is likely to be especially good in any way, shape or form anyway. What I really just want is Halo 3, because Halo 3 was amazing, available to play on PC. Which is what Halo Online is, which is why I really want Halo Online in a Western territory. Make it happen, Microsoft, just do it. I don't care about your territories and consoles and things, just make it happen. Whatever. Scott Pilgrim says, have you ever had Iron Brew? What are your thoughts? I have had Iron Brew. This is I believe it's generally considered to be a fairly Scottish drink, but they do sell it in the UK, and I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't know what flavour it is beyond Iron Brew flavour. It's a reasonably nice drink. I quite like it. It's I'm gonna say it's kind of an orange. It's an orange colour. It's not really an orange flavour. It's I really don't know what to make of it. Like I say, it's a strange one to place. It is Iron Brew, and that is what it is. It's nothing more, nothing less. I really don't know. It's okay. I like it. It's not my favourite drink, but I like it. Do you watch many movies? No, I really don't. I'm a video gamer through and through. I will, if I'm absolutely forced to watch something by somebody, if somebody forcibly sits me down and says, hey, we are watching this today, I will usually go along with it and watch it, and I may be entertained by it, but given the opportunity to watch something of my own accord, I don't tend to do that, really. It just doesn't happen. I've mentioned it before, the few TV series I may watch from time to time. Archer, definitely. Archer's the thing I will watch. If there is a series of Archer out, I will be watching that. Futurama, if they, uncancel it for the 4th, 5th time, however many times it's been cancelled now. If they do more Futurama, I will totally watch more Futurama. But yeah, TV, anything video-based that's not like YouTube tends to take a bit of a backseat to just playing video games for me, really. Did you ever have an Amiga? If so, what was your favourite game on it? I did not have an Amiga. I am very, very unfamiliar with the Amiga. I know next to nothing about Amiga, other than, and I am only aware of this because I worked for them briefly. Team 17 made a bunch of games for the Amiga. In fact, they made essentially the character mascotty platformery thing, the equivalent, sort of Mario or Sonic, which was Super Frog, and I don't particularly rate Super Frog. It's not a very good game. I had to play it while I was working there, so that I could familiarise myself with the brand. It's not very good. I don't like that game. No, it's not as well polished as something like Sonic or Mario. Hey, okay, what do we presume we're still in the same territory. Let me just check the gate map. It's jellies all the way down, I presume. Jellies. Those are not well, that was kind of jellies. That was not jellies. Need to pay attention. Did you ever go to college or university? I did. I went to university. I started out in video games design. Decided coding was just a little too dry for me. Transferred across to 3D computer animation because the course I was on, they were, for the first couple of years of the course, they were very, very, very similar in terms of content. There was not a lot of difference between the two. There was a little bit more coding in the computer games design one, and there's a bit more sort of, 3D modelling and animation in the 3D modelling and animation course. But by and large, an overwhelming amount of the content was very, very similar. So I transferred across to 3D animation. I finished that, realised that whilst I was, I passed, I have a degree in that field, it was not something I enjoyed to such an extent that I would wish to make it my career. Plus, you hear about these things, it's like, when you're working on a project that's your own, it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. When you're actually working for a company and they're asking you to model things, you're not going to be working on projects that you're necessarily particularly passionate about or interested in. It's just, here's what you're going to make it now. Which doesn't sound like a terribly compelling thing either. Plus, there's also the fact that it is a ludicrously competitive field. I believe the class that I was in was a class of about 200? Of those, 8 students went on to a master's level, and of those, I think 2 of them went on to... 2 that I'm aware of went on to an actual career in that field. So you kind of needed to be the best of the best of the best of the best of the best, sir. You know, because that's what you need to be to get into that industry. And I don't have that dedication. I really don't. So, yeah, that never happened. So I'm left with something of what you might call a Mickey Mouse degree. Something I ain't ever going to use for anything practical in my life. So that was a great waste of... I don't know what my student debts ended up being at the end of it, but they're there and they exist and they're sizable. And I'm never going to see that money again. Not that I ever saw it in the money in the first place, because it's a loan, so I don't know. Money. Who knows how that stuff works. Scott Pilgrim also asks, what is your favourite soda? Lately I've been drinking quite a lot of root beer. I've gone on about this on a bunch of occasions, I think, recently. It's a tasty drink. We don't get it very much in the UK. There's only like one brand that I'm aware of. They sell it in the local supermarket in 6 packs of cans, so I stock up on that stuff and it's tasty. I am told there is another brand, is it A&W? I think is like an American brand that they do sell in like some of the upmarket supermarkets, but I am not the kind of person who shops at an upmarket supermarket, I can tell you that much. What am I backtracking for? I don't need anything there, do I? Yeah, I'm not going to go to places that sell expensive things, so no, I don't. I'm only familiar and having a passing acquaintanceship. I don't know what I'm saying. With the one brand, Carter's, it's called, and I don't think it's actually American. It's all got like American flags on the can and stuff because it's such an American drink, but I don't think it's actually from America. I think it's made in the UK, but it's like one of the only brands that there is, which is crazy. I was like, it's a really nice drink. I don't know why nobody in the UK actually makes it. I don't know. I don't get that at all. Such a strange thing. It's like there's loads of brands in the US, and it's a popular drink, and it's a tasty drink, and then there's like none in the UK. Why has that happened? How has that happened? It doesn't make any sense. You'd have thought one big drinks manufacturer at some point would have been like, what can we add to our repertoire? We need another brand in our line. We need to innovate. We need to stay ahead of the competition. What other drinks can we make? What can we bring in from other countries that we've not... Why can't I hit anything here? What's going on there? We need to bring in things from other cultures or countries and nations and things, other things that we don't have in the UK. How can we innovate? I know, root beer. You'd have thought somebody somewhere in a marketing room somewhere would have come up with that choice, but that apparently has never happened. I don't know. But that's what I'm drinking at the minute. Also, I'm going to blame Total Biscuit for this one because he kept going on about how great it was and I tried it and it's actually pretty nice. San Pellegrino, they're really quite tasty actually. They're really expensive compared to what I would normally get, so... Man has some expensive taste, but it's pretty good, I'll give him that. I will give him that one. So that's pretty good as well. Yep, that was my taste in sodas. Not that we call them sodas over here, just, I don't know. We don't really have a name for them. I guess some people would call it pop, but that's not a universal name. Fizzy drinks. Soft drinks. Soft drinks, I suppose that's right. It's soft drinks, yeah. That's what we call it. And finally, Windows 10 thoughts. I feel like I'm kind of being railroaded into being forced to upgrade with the whole DirectX 12 thing, but I'm optimistic that it's not going to be awful. Windows has got this weird thing going on where it's like they alternate between a good build and a really bad one. So Windows 7 is pretty good. I like Windows 7. Windows 8 is not great. So I'm hoping Windows 10 is going to be okay again. I'm hoping Windows 10 is going to be a decent one. With the addition of DirectX 12, it should be pretty nice. I've heard very, very, very good things about DirectX 12, so I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, I just kind of feel like as long they're kind of like pushing. I know we're supposed to upgrade. That's the thing. The whole point of upgrading the operating system is that everybody should. But the thing with Windows is that a lot of the old builds are good, which is why nobody does. Which is why you still see businesses that are still using Windows 98 or XP and just won't upgrade, even though they say, oh, we're going to stop support for this old operating system, and then you get all the businesses like, no, we will give you millions or billions of dollars. I don't know. ridiculous sums of money in order for you to continue supporting it for another year just so that our company can continue using it. And it's like, that's ridiculous. It really is. I feel like I need some sort of elemental damage on this floor. What we got? Voltage. That will do me just nice. Yes, I'll take that. Is that what I want? I think that's what I want. I feel like every time I go into my arsenal, I feel like there's weapons I'm neglecting. And, well, there are, to be honest. There are many weapons I'm neglecting. But hey-ho. I'm sure that, I mean, going back and doing the shopping list, actually, I should probably talk about that shopping list thing a bit. The shopping list from last year that has just recently gone up on my channel in the last week. I realised I used the Fang of Vogue through a lot of that, and throughout it I was like, hey, I really like this Fang of Vogue. Fang of Vogue's a really good weapon. I should learn to use the Fang of Vogue more. I have never used the Fang of Vogue since that shopping list, which is hilarious. For all that I was like, man, this is a really good weapon. I never used it. That's brilliant. And so anybody asking, is there going to be another shopping list? I have no idea. Probably not in the near future, just because everybody I know that used to be involved in those sort of things seems to have stopped playing by and large, so I ain't got nobody to do or organise a shopping list with. Unless those guys want to come back and do it again. If you guys want to do more shopping lists, that, judging by the videos from last year, it seemed like it was pretty fun. I don't know. I could go for more shopping list. Well, if you want more shopping list type things, we've got UHC on the channel, mate. It's the Minecraft minigame thing that was essentially the inspiration for shopping list in the first instance anyway. The reason shopping list exists is because of UHC. Now, this one always gets me. This one always gets me. How do you open these doors on the left? There is a switch somewhere, isn't there? And I can't for the life of me think where it is. Every time I come to this room, I say this, I'm pretty sure. There's a switch hidden somewhere in something. But I don't know where or what. Yeah, it's somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, yes, if you like shopping list, watch UHC. They're very similar in scope. Except one is with the Spiral Knights network and the other one is with Strangelands. Both are excellent people. Go subscribe to all of those. The above. Yeah. Do that. Right, the bottom route, I think, is just going to... That one goes to loot? Oh, you know what? A Polaris would have been really good here. Okay. I've released the jellies. Come forth, jellies. And get... Ouch. Don't get hit. Hit me. Fine, whatever. I don't care. Oh, jeez. They're really hitting hard. God damn it, jellies, man. Oh, God, they can't get me. That's okay. Ah, blocked. Not blocked. Oh, no. Let me just do that. There we go. Ah, gotcha. Woo. And then across there. And yes, loot. Told you. Told you there's loot. I should probably take a pill. That's probably useful. So yeah, Windows 10. That was where I was at, wasn't it? Windows 10. Windows 10 is... I will upgrade. I will probably upgrade. I will have to upgrade for DirectX 12. Like I say, they're kind of being forced. I don't like the addition of Candy Crush. That's a weird one to go down. We talked about this on the podcast a couple weeks back. The fact that one of the games that is pre-installed with Windows now is Candy Crush. It just strikes me as just a different direction insofar as all the games that have come with Windows in the past have just been, hey, it's a free game. Here's the free game. Play the free game, which is fine. That's okay. Look, you've got Space Cadet Pinball or whatever. Actually, you don't get Space Cadet Pinball anymore, which is a tragedy, quite frankly. They really need to reintroduce Space Cadet Pinball, because that thing is incredible. Where am I going now? I need a jar from somewhere. There must be some jars. I need to hit those things over there. I could hit it with a pet, I guess. Can I hit it with a pet? Can you hit that? Yes, you can. Cool. That works. That saves me finding a jar. Yeah, they don't include Space Cadet Pinball, which is a shame, because that was great. But that's the thing, you've got your Minesweeper, your Solitaire. It's just things that, they're just simple casual things that you can sit and play. And yes, Candy Crush is a simple casual thing, but... I don't know, are they going to include, like, a free version of it? Or is it going to be, you know, King's quote-unquote free? Are you going to... Is this the first game that's been bundled with a Windows device that has just going to try and gouge you for microtransactions and use really manipulative, exploitative monetization strategies when that has never been the style of Windows stuff in the past. I don't know, that's a concern of mine, but I don't know, more just as a general practice more so than I'm going to play it, because God knows I'm not going to play it. That is the thing. Dorethuxi says, what direction do you think Spiral Knights will go in? Here is my prediction. Let me look into my crystal ball. Let me peer into the depths. Ah yes, the smoke is clearing. I think I see it. I think I can see where Spiral Knights will be going. I think I see the future. I see prize boxes. I see more prize boxes, actually. Actually, I see quite a lot of prize boxes. Oh god, oh jeez, that is quite an astonishing amount of prize boxes in this crystal ball here of mine. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, I'm quite astounded by the number of prize boxes I actually have in here. I don't think you can fit that many prize boxes in a crystal ball. That's really impressive that they managed to do that. And then somewhere at the bottom of the pile there is 2 Vanguard missions. Probably. I think in about 3 months' time we'll see another batch of Vanguard missions, which might continue the story but not finish the story in standard traditional fashion, I suppose. I do want my undead gear on here, don't I? And I think between now and then there will be a promo every 2 weeks like clockwork. With probably also, very occasionally, the occasional Apocria or Cat event or Torture Drones. And if you're really, really lucky, they might change it up very, very slightly, but probably not if the last Cat event is, or current, indeed. Is it still on? I can't remember. I haven't even taken the time to look. I haven't taken the time to do it because I don't care. Actually, if there were cats, I might have seen one in the last level. There is a daily mission for cats, aren't there? I can find out that way. Yeah, cats are still on, huh? Who'd have thunk it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, cats are still around. They are exactly the same as the last time cats were around, which is why I don't care about them. So, yeah, there you go. If they do something new, I will care about it. If they don't do anything new, I don't see why I should care. So I don't. Anyway, favorite current gen console? PC? It's better than consoles. I can play more things on it. And it costs less. And it looks better. No, I don't rate the current gen consoles. Actually, I know I kind of tell a lie a little bit. Insofar as the last week or so, I have kind of been contemplating. Actually, a Wii U would probably be pretty good. I don't genuinely think that the Microsoft or Sony offerings are bringing anything particularly interesting or new to the table that you can't get better on PC. Like I say, with your Xbone, well, you've got your exclusive, which would be Halo, and, well, I've already elaborated on that one once today already, so I won't go into that one again. There's very little on PS4 that interests me. I guess Bloodborne is the big one for a lot of people, but I was never into the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, what have you, that kind of stuff anyway. So, yeah, Bloodborne doesn't really do much for me either. So, yeah, that's not a selling point on the PS4, and I'm not really familiar with any other exclusives, to be honest. I couldn't name any others for you off the top of my head, which tells you how much of an impact they've had. On the other hand, I can tell you what they've got on the Wii U that really interests me. Splatoon. Holy crap, does that game look fun? That game looks really awesome. I would love to play some Splatoon. It's the age-old problem. I don't think I want to justify spending that much money on one video game, because that's essentially what I'd be doing. If I were to buy a Wii U, I would be buying it just for Splatoon at this point in time, and I don't think I would ever buy one video game console for one game. I would essentially be paying, it's about 180 quid for, I think it's about 180 quid for a Wii U, which is, you know, surprisingly reasonable compared to the other consoles. I feel like that figure's wrong now, but I did look it up at some point, and I have the figure £180 in my head. But compared to, like, the Xbone and PS4, that seems, like, astonishingly cheap. So yeah, £180 plus whatever a brand new game costs on the Wii U. £30, £40? Somewhere around there, I imagine it'll be. You'll be looking at over £200 just to play a game? No, that's not happening, not for me. Not really. What might sweeten the deal is, you know, since we've got E3 and all that, Nintendo, if you might kind of like to announce another F-Zero game, that would do the job. I'd be okay with that. If we could have some F-Zero and Splatoon, I could probably be persuaded. That's what would do that one for me. So, yeah. It's been 11 years now since the last major F-Zero game, and it's about damn time they did something with it, because goddamn I like me some F-Zero. I say that as though I'm a huge fan of the genre. I've literally only ever played one, which was F-Zero GX, which was the last one 11 years ago on the GameCube. And it was great. I sunk a ridiculous amount of time into F-Zero GX. I got really good at it, but not good enough to finish it because the difficulty curve on that thing was horrifying. The final levels, the final Grand Prix Cup thing that there was in it is just insane. I had a damn good go at that, but I did not beat that game. Not completely 100%, no. That was a crazy game. Did love it though. I would love to see more of that. Definitely. So yeah, Wii U gets my vote in the current console wars, if anything, if only just because its competitors have literally nothing to offer me that is of any interest or consequence whatsoever. Fast food, I don't know why, just talk about it. Fast food is good when you want some food in a hurry, I suppose. If you need some food, like fast, it's pretty okay. It's generally speaking not very good for you, but... and usually not, you know, the most affordable option, but can be okay. I have rambled in the past about the culture of fish and chips, such as it is in the UK. After criticisms from some of my Canadian comrades who said that fish and chips were awful, I would suggest that they've never tried good fish and chips. Fish and chips are excellent fast food. They're also not very good for you, or particularly a cheap meal option, but goddamn they're tasty, so yeah. That's what I got to say on fast food. And Alivai, finally, as we go down the elevator to the end, says, has the water been poisoned by dihydrogen monoxide? Yes, absolutely. Did you know that your governments add gratuitous quantities of dihydrogen monoxide to your water supply? In fact, in some areas, there is more dihydrogen monoxide than anything else in the water supply. Did you know that everybody in the world who comes into contact with dihydrogen monoxide will die? There are some terrifying factoids about dihydrogen monoxide. There really are. You should look them up. It will send shivers down your spine. It's a terrible substance. It causes untold disaster in some places. It really does. But there you go. Dihydrogen monoxide. Look it up, kids. Terrifying stuff. I can't go into any greater depth because we're too scary. But that brings us to the end. Don't forget to leave me some questions and topics and things in the comments below. I had no really good in-depth topics this week, so I'm missing those. I need some more in-depth stuff. That was you gave me another lightning round there is what that was. That was lightning round Mark 2. God damn it, guys. This was supposed to be the intellectual, in-depth kind of season. I have had nothing intellectual in-depth this week. This was just quick questions. I kind of like doing this from time to time, but it's not where I wanted to go this season. Come back to me with this stuff in November. We'll talk about that then. But yes, leave me your topics and things in the comments below, absolutely. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, which will be linked in the outro in just a hot second. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, because that helps me out a bunch as well. So once again, thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka, this has been Spiel, and I will see you next time.